This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Don't mistake the new me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the home team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster along, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You probably thought you knew. A new day is approaching, turn the gray skies into blue. I grew up on these same blocks, school of hard knocks. Had to get it on a hard top, took the hard shots, but we made it. Anticipated, highly decorated. The home team is winning, celebrated. The victory is all mine, and everything is alright, alright. And you know how to see things, confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team, I had celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
What up, though? Bam, 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 bam. What's good, everybody? Shout out to the 17 people we got in the building, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, man. DJ Khaled in the building. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, man. Woo! How everybody been, man? Y'all enjoyed y'all summer? Have y'all enjoyed the summer, man? But we are back, and we came back with a bang, man. What's good? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Fave says we back. Shout out to Jenkins. We got Juan in the building. Says the Lions will pay the man Gibbs, but knows what he's worth and values himself. I'll hold out too. The NFL is a cutthroat league and doesn't value loyalty like you think. He knows what he brings. That's facts. 2 weeks from tomorrow is the first preseason game. Check this out. Actually, bro, tomorrow, a week from tomorrow is the first preseason game, technically, with the Hall of Fame. But yes, you mean Lions, 100%. Gibbs saying Big Bank a little too much. What up, Schiff? What up, Rashard? What's up? What's up? Says we are so back. This offseason flew by fast. I agree with you. I agree. What's up, BTC? Appreciate you, man. Melodrama in the building. Reese Cup. What up, though? What's good, man? How y'all doing, man? How you guys doing? Man. What a offseason, man. So, of course, you know, we got the syndicates that'll be tonight. We got a special guest on. I tell y'all, we got a guy I've been talking to for a while. Hold on 1 second. Yo, I don't know what it is, man. About when I start talking, I start sneezing. So we back. Let me bring this chat back up. So we got a guy that we're gonna have on the show tonight. Yeah, hey, close, bro. I had to sneeze. And you know, sneeze, you can't control sneezes. Like you could, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden, it ain't nothing worse than the sneeze that the snot come out and then you stuck and you looking stupid, you're holding your nose. So we got a guy coming on the show tonight. Can we get those likes up? Oh yeah, we'll be good. Let me see. King Turner says, I'm happy unlike Woodward guys or dude that just got fired saying use Gibbs like he's not elite and I don't pay him. So I'm glad. Hold on to get paid. Okay, King, are you talking about Doc? Are you talking about the Doc? So first of all, let me just kind of say what's been going on, and hopefully you guys had a great summer. Is, you know, we've got look, I'm gonna tell y'all since we got like the early morning, you know what I'm saying, y'all about to go to lunch type crowd, okay? So I've been very vocal about how I felt about, the crunch time guys going back to Woodward Sports, right? So apparently, I guess somebody been clipping things that I've been saying and sending it to them, and I don't know if it's been in context, it's been out of context, but y'all are messy. Like, you are messy. So I've talked to Jeff off the air because that's what men do. If there's any type of communication is a big way to avoid a misunderstanding. So it wasn't a misunderstanding. It was somebody trying to start drama. So yeah, I'm like, y'all crazy. So anyway, that's one thing. The second thing is, if you're watching this, like, I am on a whole different level of aura. Like, I'm coming into this year like I'm the absolute best in the business. Like, I'm not even playing. I have so many goals and so many things that I want to achieve. And I am going to not hold back with any of my takes, any of my opinions. The swag is going to be on Deion Sanders level. You know what I'm saying? I really stepped back this offseason and was able to kind of dig deep and find that passion again for this team. But watching things happen around, like the Doc getting let go or the credentials not being renewed, and how the Lions appear. Now, I'm not going to say the Lions because I don't know if this ever reached the Lions, like Dan Campbell. We're going to bring in his press conference, but how it didn't reach like Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. It was kind of messed up that Doc was not noticed today. You guys will see that in the presser. There was somebody that wasn't noticed or was noticed to be missing, but Doc was not the guy. But the swag level is going to be on, like, what do the kids say, man? Like Super Saiyan or 6,000. He's on 6,000 or whatever. I'm going to be on 6,001. Like, I'm all out of bubble gum. I'm taking names. Like, I'm all out of everything. I'm coming for every throne, every number one spot. I'm coming for all of it because I realize that in this space, there's few people that's authentic. There's people that want to hide behind things and they're nervous, and I get it. They have things that they don't want to lose. And the Doc is example of what happens when you speak too loud and you don't say the right things. So I love being on this side of journalism, the independent media. I love being the fan-driven media because this is the new media. Look at what happened to ESPN. They laid off all them people, bro. Like, I swear, the only people, and I heard that 150 people behind the camera got laid off. 150 people. If Disney is laying off hundreds of folks in succession, then what does that mean? They're all going to come over here. So I have to continue to raise the bar. So it's not arrogance. It's one, confidence, and two, realizing that this space is about to get a lot more crowded. And I have to continue to set myself apart. And I know, and we'll get into the show, but I know that, like Steve, for everything Stephen A. Smith is, I think some of that is what sets him apart from everyone else. You know what I mean? But Stephen A. Smith is a lot of things. I'm not them, but you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's kind of like the PSA. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do that. Will Dan go live every day? King Turner, I don't think that's the case. What up, God? What's good with you, man? But I hope you guys had a great summer. And the summer, obviously, bro, I gotta trim this mustache. It's crazy. Like, it's literally Jumanji. My beard is Jumanji, bro. Like, I didn't even put any texture, like any product on it. I don't like to waste the product. So, I don't really want to put it on until I'm, about to start my day and really go out and, what I'm saying? But anyway, if you got me in 4K, you can see it's crazy. It's crazy. But Sir Ken, what up? Also, I'm going to try to bring my other channel back. So, Sir Ken, if you're still in the building, man, we're trying to bring back Grid. Like, I'm going to try to bring this. This thing is sitting there begging for me to do something with it. So I'm going to try to bring it back this year. But let's get into the show, man. We got quite a bit to talk about. Kirby Joseph is clapping back at internet, like internet doctors. Dan Campbell didn't really give encouraging words on Kirby Joseph this season. Like, I wasn't encouraged by it. Let me know if you expected it when we get into it. Jahmyr Gibbs is not at camp. He is not at camp. So we made a video on Lion Syndicate about him possibly holding out. So it turns out that Bijan Robinson is at camp, but he has on no cleats, no helmets, no nothing. Jahmyr Gibbs, according to Nolan Bianchi, was not at camp. So Bianchi put it out. And Bianchi is the guy, he put out the stuff about Terrion as well. So he kind of pushes. Now, I don't know if Nolan is in the reporter pool when it comes to presser and stuff like that. But he's the one that kind of pushes. He be pushing a little bit with the Terrion stuff because Terrion was clapping back at him indirectly. His attorneys were, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're going to get into that as well. Riley in the building. What's up, my guy? What's going on, man? I'm about to kind of expand as well. So I'll probably be reaching out to Superfan Hutch, Lions Talk Live, yourself. And I know y'all part of the same team, but kind of reach out and I want to collaborate at least once with every Detroit Lions creator that we get along with. So I'm going to try to do that, man. It feels like we can all get along unless we want to be better than each. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're all in competition because that's the nature of the business. It's like, it's what it is, but it's also, it can be a collaboration thing as well. So, yeah. So anyway, let me see. All I want is one Super Bowl. Is that too much to ask for? Bonzilla, what's up, big dog? What's good, man? So put it in the comment section. What is the one thing that you accomplished this summer that you've been trying to, like your biggest milestone this summer? Was it you got your grass as green as you wanted it to be? Was it you lost 50 pounds? Like, what was your biggest milestone this summer? Faith says, I saw the vid on Grid and said, dang, dude took a break on shaving too. Oh, bro, I haven't shaved in 3 years. What are we talking about, bro? What you see is untamed. It's untamed. And that, hey, bro, that day, like, yo, I got out the shower, I wet the beard, and no, that day I didn't wet the beard. And then today it's picked out. But usually what I do is I wet it, I have to get it damp, right? Then I put the conditioner on it, then I put the oil on it, and it stays on all day, and it kind of keeps it, from tightening up. But yeah, man, this is unkept Jumanji right here. I don't even care. Plus, that stuff is expensive too. Sir Ken says, yeah, I'm up for some football games being streamed on Gridiron Blitz. Bro, yeah, look, you'll be there, but it'll be like 10 people in the chat, man. But, hopefully the NFL has kind of loosened up on the reins that they had with that. Lane says, let me see. I was going to ask, how do we contact you? Riley, you can do it. You can hit me up in the DMs on Twitter, or you can tag me or whatever if they're not open. And because I guess Twitter has something like you have to follow each other or something like that. Or my email is in the description of Lion Syndicate. So yeah, but we are trying to grow this channel as well. So also on Lion Syndicate, I'm going to bring in some different content. So we're going to have vlogs at the games. Right now, I'm going to record myself and stuff like that. I wish that I had a second, I'm not a vlogger, you know what I mean? I wish I had a second person to film me, but then they kind of got to be into content as well. But so I'm going to get me a new camera, and I'm going to try to film my experiences at the game and stuff like that. Oh, did anybody sign up and drop their deposit for the Club 1944 Club or 1934 Club, whichever one it is? It's a exclusive club that the Lions dropped this year. They wanted $100 deposit. There's no price of what it would be, and spots are limited. Even that $100 deposit is not guaranteed that you'll get in. So I'm assuming if you drop the $100 and you don't get in, they keep the $100 until you do. So I'm like, yo, and they dropped this on us this morning at 8 o'clock and the tickets became available at 10. I'm like, dog. And they take out season tickets on the 1st, which is in 2 days. I'm like, yo, that's kind of diabolical. Y'all dropped that on us within 2 days of season tickets coming out and 2 hours before, you know what I'm saying, it go live. That's crazy. Derek says, I'm looking forward to the collaboration between you and the fake foundation. That collaboration has come and gone. And just a little sad. That's another thing, too. Like, I'm going to have no issue talking about anyone. I got to fit the persona. My beard is wild. You know what I'm saying? This is why I call it Jumanji. So my new nickname, y'all, is Jumanji. Okay? My beard is wild. I am wild. I am not going to hold back. If I don't like your content, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. That's one thing about this new Unleashed doc that I love is there are 0 strings on him. So boy, does he have some stories. He has some stories. I love the fact that he caught out a particular podcast. I love the fact that I'm not trying to start drama, but I ain't holding back no more. And I thought it was hilarious because today, I'll be doing my rounds. I'll be trying to see, what my competition up to, right? Especially if they super whack. So I tapped into a podcast this morning. And I'm just gonna say a couple things. Like, I changed my banner on Lion Syndicate, and then I saw another person banner change. I was like, oh, okay, so that's what we doing now. You still and then I'm like, so now they are so desperate for subscribers, like they are legitimately begging. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of having some fun on Lion Syndicate yesterday, but I'm trying to get to 33K. Like, I've been sitting there. But they have a third of what I have, and they are like, so now they're extra demanding of what they're asking for. So anyway, yeah, and I still ain't been sued, by the way. I've been every day, I've been like going to my mailbox and looking for the subpoena or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sit patiently waiting on the mailman, and there's been nothing in there. So anyway. Let me see. Where we at? Biggest milestone this summer, started dating for the first time since my divorce 7 years ago. My girlfriend is a beautiful black woman. Okay, Sir Ken. Be careful there, buddy. Congratulations. Just let me say this. You better know what you're getting into, brother. Well, congratulations to you. Mike says Pharaoh. Yes. I think the beef is over, man. Okay, what be? Oh. Fave, you went way back, bro. What is he doing? I don't even know what he's doing, bro. Jumanji Syndicate. That would be hilarious. That would be funny. Jumanji Syndicate. That's funny. Braylon, what up, though? Andrew, what up, though? Black Queens forever. Well, let me stop. My wife is sitting. Let me see. This is our bedroom. She's right over there, so I can't be too loud. All right, let's get into it, y'all. So, where we at, man? Where we at? Did you see Dan Campbell's presser today? If not, no worries. I got you. We're going to bring that in, and we're going to tap into that, dissect that. We're also going to be talking about that tonight on the show. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. And whoever keeps subscribing, like unsubscribing, man, y'all diabolical. Stop all of that. I swear, man, subscribers be like, this is the only power that I have. This is the only way to get back at this guy. It's just, I gotta unsubscribe, man. I don't understand why y'all do that. Why do y'all do that? Okay. All right. I appreciate y'all watching the ads as well. I thought about doing like a fake ad. You know how you know what's funny is we are so trained. I'm like scared to do a sponsor, but I got some, like, I'll have fun if I do a sponsor, but I've never had a sponsor, by the way. That's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to start, like, I don't know, man. I don't really want a sponsor. I really don't, unless I really can back the brand. But we are so conditioned to know when a creator is about to start a sponsored segment that, is it just me or can you feel it coming? Can you feel it coming? Even if the transition is super smooth. Sometimes I'll watch the sponsored ad if the transition is just like, oh, you did that thing. You did that. I gotta watch the ad because but you can almost see it coming from a mile away. I think that's super cool. Oh, by the way, there's also a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit against YouTube for YouTube Premium, because it's not truly ad free, because the creator can still put ads, sponsored ads in the video. So I don't know. That should be funny to see how that turns out. All right. without further ado, let me unlock the sound. We're going to make sure the audio is right. This is Dan Campbell, the presser. It is 11. What is this? Man, I can't see that. How long is this presser? How long is the Dan Campbell presser? It is 15 minutes. Lord, y'all know I can do with these 15 minutes. So I got to let him talk. Bro, because I can talk more than him. All right. So this is Dan Campbell in front of the media today for the first time in what seems like forever. Now, the first thing that I noticed about Dan Campbell today is the energy is different. I don't know what it is about that. You can tell that the offseason was not about games. Like he wasn't going to be involved in any shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he seems like he's revitalized, but he's also he seems like he's in a good mood, a better mood than he was this offseason. But let's take a listen.
The job, man. Everybody made their weights and passed the conditioning test. We looked good, all but one guy. So ready to go. Obviously, not pads today. We'll work them up. We're in acclimation. This is hour and a half practice, but we're really ready to go. So, it's hard to believe we're in year 6. For us, guys are excited, coaches are excited, and so it begins. So I'm going to open this up. Is Paul in here?
Nope.
The one day? Dude, unbelievable. I was going to give her the first question. Okay, all good. All good.
All right, now that's the first thing, bro. That's kind of crazy, man. So let me just say this real quick. Okay, excited is the word of the day. That is the word of the day. Okay, so every time Dan Campbell says excited, we're going to get one of these. All right, but if I'm Doc, I am like, I'm gonna tell you what I do if I'm Doc. If I'm Doc, because I kind of am Doc, right? I was like the original. I guess no, Doc is the original. I'm the original outcast. Yeah, I'm like the original YouTube outcast. If I'm Doc, I take this and I feel super duper disrespected, like really disrespect. Like, yo, you gave me, but what was I telling y'all? I was telling you, bro. Hey, I was telling you. And that's why I ain't holding nothing back this year, because we saw this stuff. Didn't I tell you during the season that they gave Doc one question? They gave him one question. Brad Holmes gave him one. Dan Campbell gave him one. Sometimes the dude off to the side had to give him like the opportunity to ask a question. If you listen, Dave Burkett, you're like back to back today. He come off rip. And I'm like, dang, man. So to mention this Paula person, which I'm sad because I don't even know who she is. Let me know if you guys know who she is in the comment section. I have no idea who she is. I mean, we don't really see their faces, but only reason we know of Doc is because of like his internet presence. But I'm like, yo, you start off the season press conference with an acknowledgement for one person that's not there, but not the other one. I'm like, dang, that is cold. So anyway, that's just me. So I'm trying to start my own network. If I'm Doc, I'm trying to start my own like legit network. Like, okay, Lions, I'm gonna show you what's really good. But that's crazy to me.
It's like the one day she's never made it. Okay, no worries. Okay, questions.
We start with the
Can y'all hear?
5 injury guys. I think we probably expected Branch of all of them, but the other 4, where's Kirby at for you in terms of being ready at some point this camp? And then the other 3, Izzy and Mahogany and Conklin, any long-term concerns with any of those guys?
Okay, Kirby, everything that I told you in the spring still applies to that. We've been working to this, but we're still in this. Okay, he's running on ground, man. We're starting to do change of direction, some of this, but we're not going to grind this for another 2 or 3 weeks, man. So I cannot give you a true answer. He's working his tail off. He's not really had a vacation. He's been here with our guys busting his tail. So he's putting in the work. He feels pretty good right now. We got a long way to go, and there is still an unknown. But I like where he's at. We like where he's at. Branch is doing well. His will be obviously PUP. There's no setbacks. Take it as it comes. and we'll see. I'm sure late training camp, maybe early September he can start practicing. We'll see. But he's doing well. Who else? Izzy just had a little flu bug. We're going to make sure he's good to go. Hopefully by Friday we get him in practice here.
What's up, Superfan? I just mentioned you earlier in the show, bro.
Mahogany needs a couple of days, and then he'll be ready. Who else? Oh, Conklin. Conklin's going to probably be about 2 weeks here, somewhere in there. He's running. You know, he got a little calf back in the spring. We're hopeful. No setbacks. We're trying to be smart with him, you know, but hopefully get him back as soon as possible so we can get some reps on him. Am I missing anybody? I think that's it, right?
Kirby, is it what is sort of the plan of when you want to get him out or when you think you need to get him out before camp to give him that balance of getting ready, but seeing if seeing how much he can do?
Well, I've already, to me, if we got him back for the first game, that would be a bonus. I mean, that would be whoa, okay, I don't expect that. I'm not looking for that. I feel like he's more on the branch plan a little bit. And that's if everything goes well and everything goes according to plan with him and we got everything on our side.
Born, raised.
Okay. You know what's funny is I am a YouTube premium member. That's crazy. All right, hold on. I gotta mute the sound. That is crazy. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna cut over here. I'm gonna play this ad because that's crazy. This is a hey, shout out to all y'all that watch the ads, bro. That's how I do what I do. Election ads. Okay. Okay, dang, another non-skippable. That's crazy. So I've got YouTube Premium, but for some reason on my software, they won't let me log in. So we gotta, dang. Wow. So, okay, skip ad. Dang, that mug was great. Okay. Political ads. If you know, you know. Because 2024 was crazy. I mean, they was dumping money. They was throwing money at us creators. That is crazy. But I didn't even realize that. Okay, anyway. And I lost my thought. So Dan Campbell and Kirby Joseph. What did you hear from that? What did you hear from that? So let me get this. I'm gonna let him finish, and then I'm gonna make a segment for a video after he's done. But yeah, I just wanted to skip the ad without the sound because sometimes they'll copyright the the stream's gonna be copywritten anyway. And then I'll get you guys a thought on Kirby.
That's the other, issue of the offseason. Obviously, you guys made the decision to part ways with him. Can you just address that and why you decided to go that route and what changed from?
Oh, he's talking about Terrion. Oh, shoot. Look at Dan Campbell's face, though. Hey, Dave Burkett, he better be careful. He might be the next one out. Look at Dan Campbell's face. Bro, I was kind of like still cleaning out my eyes when I watched this. Look at Dan Campbell's face. And I'm going to tell you a sign to watch for when it comes to Coach. When he starts squeezing and tapping that podium, you better watch out. Dave is safe, but look at that man's face. Oof. Oof. Wow. I'm almost, I've heard this already, but I'm kind of embarrassed to hear this. Yo.
The last time we asked you about him.
Yeah, so I addressed the team last night over that. It stinks. You never want to let go of a player, especially somebody that you've been around for a while here and you drafted and all that. And it's unfortunate, but we made the move we felt was best for us.
Is there any concern with, filling that?
All right, so that's that. So we'll do a Kirby Joseph segment real quick. As far as the ads are concerned, listen, I appreciate y'all. Ads are how I get to do what I do. So you've got, ads on the videos. You have memberships and super chats and those things. All of that helps. But to each and every person that watches an ad or has YouTube Premium, I appreciate you because that is how most, if not all of us creators get to do what we do. And I want y'all to remember this. If you don't want your favorite creator to potentially sell out, or if you like the fact that they do non-sponsored stuff, then consider every time an ad pops up, just remember that. Like if the creator, if you're watching this ad then you're giving the creator a chance to continue to do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I don't have ads in none of my nothing. I got YouTube Premium. I've got HBO ad free. I've got, if they offer ad free, I have it. So I'm not anti ads. I just pay not to see them. That's it. But if I had to watch them, I'd be like, oh my God. What is it? Is it Apple? Apple TV, something has ads in it. And I'm like, dang, I can't even skip these. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think we've become in this society where we gotta, remember back in the day, we had to sit and watch commercials. Now we can't, we don't even have to do that. By the way, X-Men 97, watch it. Watch it. It's fantastic. All right. So let's get into the Kirby Joseph. Let's do a quick Kirby segment. If you guys got any questions or any thoughts about Kirby, let's talk about it. All right. So Dan Campbell gets in front of the media today in what seems like was forever. We got an update on the first thing that was asked was about Kirby Joseph and his availability, how things are going with that. And Kirby has been all over social media. So if you don't know, Kirby Joseph, I guess, lost his original Twitter account. He was gone for months. He was just silent. Then he came back, and now he is everywhere. He is engaging with creators. He is clapping back at some creators. He's posting videos. He has a rap, I guess, album or career coming out or something. I have no idea what's going on with that. But Kirby Joseph went from disappearing to all over the place. And Dan Campbell gave an update today via a question that was asked by Dave Burkett. And what I got from this, I put on Twitter that I wasn't very encouraged by what he said. There was a reason behind that. This Kirby Joseph thing has been a mystery for us for a long time. So now we find out that he has a knee issue that's very similar to Todd Gurley. We have doctors that's commenting on it. And the speculation is, will Kirby Joseph ever play again? And that was kind of the thing of wondering. And the reason that we are so sensitive to this topic is because the way it went down last year. So Kirby was playing, and he was playing, pretty well. He got interceptions and things like that. Then he wasn't playing. So then week after week after week after week, he was at what's going on with Kirby Joseph because he wasn't put on IR. He was just missing games. Okay, boom. Then we find out it's his knee. Then eventually he's put on IR, right? So all during the offseason, we find out all of these things. So now, according to Dan Campbell, if Kirby Joseph plays week 1, he would be surprised. Now, we already know that Kirby's on the PUP list, which he can come off that at any time. If he doesn't come off, he'll miss the first 4 games of the season. So I have my thoughts that he'll come back, maybe play a little bit in week 5. Our bye week is week 6, and then maybe he'll play a little more in week 7. So Dan Campbell says today that the Brian Branch timeline, which is October, November-ish, right? So from what Dan Campbell said, it looks like he will miss, he being Kirby Joseph, the first 4 games of the season. Kirby's out there working real hard. Dan Campbell mentioned that he's working real hard. He's been at the facility all the time. He's not taking any breaks while everybody else was off. He was working, and I think that that's the case. But I'm just a bit concerned at if Kirby is going to be able to get out there on the field. So today he being Kirby posted a video of him running in a straight line, working out. Looks good. He looks good. But I think cutting and all that stuff. And then Campbell said today, we got to see, like, he said, quote, he has a long way to go, that they just start doing kind of drills and stuff like that. And he's got to change the direction, all of that, to see how that knee happens. Because I guess if you've been tapping in, we didn't really get any like information we could use, but the reports are coming out from some people that his knee was swelling during practice and stuff like that. So I'm worried about the future of Kirby Joseph, like beyond, because what I see, and it seems like it doesn't happen a lot, but we got like a Todd Gurley situation where, remember, Todd Gurley was with the Rams, then he went with the Falcons, and then he disappeared. And Todd Gurley was young. And I feel like that could be what happens to Kirby. I don't want that to happen. And that's why I said on Twitter today, I'm not very encouraged at this, because it has been, what was the last game that Kirby Joseph played? What was the last time we saw Kirby Joseph on the field? And then it was almost like all this secrecy about what was really going on. You know what I mean? So now we're going on at least, okay, so Superfan Hutch says Kansas City. Kansas City was October 13th, right? So what are we talking about? Week 5, week 6, somewhere around there. I think the Lions were, I think Kansas City was 2-3 at the time. So it was either week 5, week 6. So it's been, so week 5, week 6, October. So it's been, 10 and a half months since we've seen Kirby on the field. So that's my concern with Kirby Joseph is between last year, kind of we don't know what's going on, but he's not playing. I think the Lions waited 7 games, I believe, to put him on IR. Then we put him on IR. We have got no updates during the offseason except he's working to get back. He's working to get back. And now we're back, and he's still working to get back. So it's hard for me to be confident or not to be kind of like have some reservations about the future of Kirby Joseph. That doesn't mean I don't want him to have a future or I'm not, excited about the potential. But also, if you look on the flip side, if it is a cartilage thing and he was suffering like he was suffering, I mean, he put out a post that said he wasn't in pain anymore, right? And to ask for prayers and such. And I believe that he's doing everything possible because he loves the game. He loves his team. He loves to play. I just don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll see. We'll see, because I think this year is the test. We know one thing, that the Lions are going to keep this young man out as long. They're not going to rush Kirby Joseph at all. If it means that we don't see Kirby till December, that's what that means. But for us to be 10 months removed from the last time we saw Kirby Joseph, an entire offseason has passed. We're at the beginning of training camp, and Kirby is still at the beginning of getting to playing. That is a cause for concern for me. But I wish Kirby well. I hope that he is ready to go. He has no restrictions. I hope his knee is great because, we could use him. We could use him, man. It took me a while to realize that both of our safeties are out. Both of our safeties are on the PUP list. Like, that's crazy. We had the best safety tandem in the National Football League, and now neither one of them will be out there for probably the first 4 weeks of the season. Dan Campbell, if he said he won't be out, okay, him missing week 1 doesn't necessarily mean he'll miss 4 games, but with him being on the PUP list, that's what I think is going to happen, that those first 4 are gone. And think about this. With Kirby Joseph being on that PUP list, the Lions don't have to use an injured reserve spot, right? Because you have the 2 designated to return spots and then the 8 that can come off during the season for a total of 10. So if Kirby was not put on the PUP and they wanted to use the injured reserve, they burned 1 already before. And if you pay attention, the Lions, as well as no team, you don't want to burn that injured reserve, because if you go on the season, if you start the season on IR, you're done. So they would have to use the designated to return on on Kirby Joseph. So the PUP list kind of lets them avoid that. So let me know what you think in the comments below about Kirby Joseph. How confident are you that he plays this year, and when do you think that he will? Let me know your thoughts down below. All right, let me pull out the chat real quick. And, because, after Dan Campbell's press conference, we just got Jahmyr Gibbs, the stuff about him. So let me see.
Spotting some of the guys you got as far as filling that segment.
No, we're fired up. Look, it's why we got Rock back. We went and got McCrary. We knew we'd get Rake back off injury. We drafted Abney. Certainly Dorse is back. So, Ironsides is back. We feel pretty good in that room of the competition and those guys, between veterans, young guys, and ability.
About rewarding your top guys, rewarding all the top guys. Obviously, you got some extensions coming up. Jahmyr Gibbs, kind of the talk of the offseason a little bit. Is it any concern that might lead over into anything at all? Is that something you guys want to do sooner than later, or just what's kind of the update on his situation?
No, I would say, of course, you guys know how we feel about Gibbs and all of our guys, Laporta, Brandt, all, and so we'll take this as it comes. This is, this will kind of continue. It'll come as it comes. I think that's the best way to say it. And so, this is both sides working through something, and we'll take it as it comes. But That's where it is.
And obviously, you guys did a lot of revamping on your offensive line. How soon do you think you'll know what you have there, how it lines up, and are you confident it will be significantly better than last year's?
Yeah, well, Joe, it's a good question. I wish I could tell you we're going to know within 3 or 4 days. I know this. We got 4 days before we even get to pads. So there's a week that you're not going to truly know. So you don't know. I know this as fast as we can get them in the secondary to work together. Okay, these are the guys. Now we need them to work together and get as many reps as we can. So look, we're trying to figure this out as fast as we can. It's pretty exciting, really. It really is, because there's a lot of unknown, but we really like the guys in the room, and we feel like it's kind of like we just talked about with the DBs. It's a good veteran group in some areas, but yet young guys that are unknown, unproven. They got an opportunity. So yeah, I feel like what comes out of that room, those 5, is going to be better than what we had last year. Is going to be an upgrade, and not just a little. I believe that.
Abney and McCreary, you talked about them as kind of nickel first guys when they first got in the building.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Abney and McCreary.
Yep.
Does the plan change at all with them? I know you've talked about the ability to flex outside. Is there an early camp plan to maybe see what you got there, just in light of shifting personnel at the cornerback?
Well, they will take some outside reps. McCreary's played out. Look, so does Abney in college. Now I know he just stepped into our building, but they'll take some of those outside. But we still want to, let them sink their teeth into some of this nickel. And look, we're going to let Rakestraw take a little nickel too on some of this stuff and see where it is. But all those guys got to be prepared to go outside. The guys we know who will stay outside right now are Reed and Rock, and then those other guys need to be able to, let's see if they can do some stuff inside.
With our democracy on the line.
Dog, that's 2 political ads. Oh, hey. I apologize to y'all right now. I apologize to you right now. But all I got to say is money, money, money. Yo, money, money, money. Not mine. Hey, yo, political ads are off the chain, bro. So they put a political ad and then a skippable ad. Y'all get them ads that be like 2 hours, bro. Yo. Hey, listen. I don't want y'all saying nothing, okay? To everybody in the comment section. Can everybody in the comment section, I want you to listen. All right? Okay? I want you to listen. Listen good. Your favorite creator. This is how you help them do what they do. Now, keep in mind, we are at 7 minutes and 27 seconds of the Lions YouTube channel. The Detroit, I have YouTube Premium, as I said earlier, so I have not seen an ad out on my own account in about 7 or 8 years. I think I got it in 2018-19. Signed up for Premium, have never, I don't care how high they go, I will never go back to regular YouTube. And I am a content creator, but it gives you so much more. You can listen to the background. You get access to YouTube music. From what I understand, we might get Peacock as well, which is crazy. But the Lions have had 2 political ads and 2 extra long skippable ads in a 7.5 minute video. And they're rich. So like billionaires. So what if we did I don't want to hear it. If your favorite creator, unless they got ads every 5 seconds, and that's a problem. But for me personally, on all my YouTube channels, and I tell my creators to do this as well, have YouTube put the ads in. They allegedly put them in based on the creator, like where they would, breaks and stuff like that. And just because they put in an ad, and I want y'all to understand this, that does not mean they put in an ad. Just because I, the creator, request an ad doesn't mean YouTube puts one in. Okay, it's like a bidding process, an auction, but don't talk about creators. The Lions have 2 political ads and 2 extra long skippable ads in an 8-minute video, and we still got half the video to go. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see 2 more ads. That is crazy, bro. No, no more talk. This is how you support your favorite creator, is by, they have to do this. That's just the way it works. That's crazy though.
It seems like the staff has been pretty steadfast that he's an outside corner. Just what have you seen from him in your first 2 years that makes you think that that's where he will stick eventually?
Well, there again, the injury, just kind of the injury history with him has not allowed us to really see everything that he can do. But we know that's where he banked a lot of reps in college, was outside. He's got excellent feet, his hips, his change of direction. He's got ball skills. He can track the ball down the field. So there's just things that.
Hey, could you imagine if Dan Campbell said pause after he said he's got ball skills? Like you can thank Motor City Don P for that. But could you imagine if Dan Campbell, one day if I'm Dan Campbell, I might say pause just to be like, ha ha ha. But just imagine if he said pause like right after that. That'd be crazy.
He's got about him, and there's a natural ability to him that you feel like is conducive to playing outside, and that's probably where he'll have most of his time. But yet, let's see what he can do inside too. Look, he's going into year 3. Although he hasn't banked a ton of reps, it's just there's you begin to mature and you grow, and we feel like just from what he is internally. I'm not talking about the football player, but just. You do. You mature, you grow, you learn, and so we're pretty excited for him this camp to see what he's got.
All the drives that you have into this facility, all your first days, I think you've said excited, 10, 15 times already, which we expect and you should be. But what makes the excitement for this year, this first day, unique?
Man, I don't know. This feels like there's a little bit of a transition. Like this is there's a newness to it, and there's a reset on, it's a little bit like, okay, we still have our core crew, the guys that you guys know that have been here since 21. And then we've stacked on top of that.
21.
But then we made some moves here, particularly this year, this off season. And so there's a newness to it. There's a little bit of a youth movement that's up to us to get these guys developed, and that's pretty exciting. But also knowing, man, I want to get back to what we did in 22 a little bit, and some of 21, probably more 22, but just get back to the basics of what we are. And so that's exciting. That's exciting. And to know you're cutting these guys loose, these guys that were puppies at one time, it's all theirs now. It's all Saints and Souls and Hutch and Jack. That's exciting. I got you.
All right. So that's what Dan Campbell. Now I understand. Remember Dan Campbell? Okay, so remember the end of the season when Dan Campbell, he was up there like, "Yo, I gotta talk to Brad, man, because we need some changes. We got to evolve." And so Dan Campbell looks as though he feels that they have, and we'll see how it. Which is. Okay, so we got a lot of fresh blood. Like every year, I believe there's going to be a lot of turnover. We lost Alex Anzalone. We lost Al-Qadim Muhammad. We lost David Montgomery. We lost Amik Robinson. Like we had a high amount of turnover this year. And that seems to kind of excited Dan Campbell a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm glad to see him like this because this stuff can wear. It can really, truly wear on you. So we need our coach to feel energized, to be excited about the season, because I don't know, unless you're super fan Hutch or some other fan that just, is always trying to see the good. It was tough. It was tough for me this year. Like it was tough, man. This was the first year I've been this checked out, but I think it also was healthy for me as well to kind of step back from this team. And, I'm at the point now that they got to show enough telling. They have to show, and showing me first is winning the division, getting back to that, division champion, making the playoffs, obviously, and I would love to see them get back to the NFC Championship game. Like that's where I'm at. But it's good to see Dan Campbell different from what we've been seeing him during the offseason. The way it's like the stench of last year's is off of him, and he's washed that away, which you kind of have to if you're going to go into the new season and not carry that baggage. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's good to see Coach like even look at this photo right now. Like he just looks happy. He actually looks healthy too. Like, but he looks happy. Oh shoot, we got a super chat from Big Rufus. What's up, man? Shout out to Super Chat. Rufus says, glad to see you back, big dog. Looking refreshed and excited for the shenanigans. Yes, I am looking refreshed, but I'm also looking unkept right now. You know what I'm saying? If you notice the beard, my new nickname is Jumanji. So we got to do some type of syndicate play on Jumanji. Like, if y'all can merge the two words together, because this is my Jumanji version of my beard, man. Untamed, but I appreciate the super chat. Feels good to be back, sir, and I'm excited about this season. I'm also trying to get to Buffalo as well, but we're gonna have more people on the show. We're trying to get people on the network, so yeah, we're looking to have a very exciting season. I hope the Lions, I hope they give it to us back, because I'm gonna tell you what, I miss the numbers I used to get, bruh. I mean, across the board, everybody's numbers are down. Look, do y'all want me to start sneaky good moves? Do y'all really want me to do sneaky good moves? Because I can do it, bro. If that's what it is, is that what it's gonna take for me to grow? Is sneaky good? Y'all want your boy to degrade himself to the level of sneaky good moves? Is that what y'all want from me? What do you want from me, Tyrese? So it feel good, man. Subscribe to the channels, bro. But everybody numbers is now, and I mean everybody. People sitting on plaques and their numbers are trash. Trash, man. Lions, do us a solid. Get our numbers back up, bro. Come on, dog. We had more numbers during 3-13-1. I'm just saying, come on, man. And this man right here got to do it.
You got me? Okay. I'll go. Oh, okay. So the other day, Kirby Joseph tweeted about Jackson Meeks and said that was somebody that you need to watch out for. And it seems like there's a transition for him from wide receiver to tight end. Do you see this as like a hybrid?
You see Dan Campbell? With when he said tweet, Dan Campbell like, say what? No, he I'm telling you, man, that podium grasp is a sign.
Situation where he could maybe turn a 12-13 personnel play into an 11 just by going into motion, that sort of thing? Or is it, where do you see him and his growth?
Yeah, I think that's what we want to find out. We want to find out if there's something in there that he could be kind of this hybrid, H-back tight end, big slot, big skill. Felt like his skill set is can be showcased better at this role, at this position. Ask him things that he does well. Now, look, he's going to have to do some dirty work. There's no way around it in training camp for the reps, preseason games. But there's things that we'll ask him to do to see if he can do it. And we just felt like this gives him the best opportunity to be the type of player that he can be, but also maybe help us see if there is something there. So, yes, absolutely.
Dan, obviously today's a beautiful day, but when it is really like hot, humid, like it was a week or two ago, how do you balance getting the work in with player safety? And since you started playing and through coaching, like what's the biggest thing you've learned about, training in the heat?
Yeah, well, we haven't had to do it. I mean, look, I came from New Orleans as a coach last, and I mean, we did everything outside, and we practice early in the morning. Look, we practice early here, so even if it is a hot day, most of the time you kind of avoid it here. But I think the thing to keep in mind is, man, I am so conscientious of that and being smart with our guys, understanding what we have to do. But then
Michigan families can't afford Mike Rogers.
Dog. Hey, what did I tell you? This is where we come from. Yeah, we did it. Yo. Dog, the AI. What is this? Yo. That's 3. Political, Tom, I'm good. I don't need a VPN. I appreciate. Oh, that's skippable. So that's 3 political ads in a 15-minute video. So we at the end of, but that's crazy. Oh, by the way, according to their Instagram feed, Kazem is hiring I think they're doing a hiring fair today, and that is the giant thing that's happened that downtown Detroit has one. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody, because I'm a little scared that the watchers, the content watchers, the content thieves that steal from you. I am trying. I don't know how likely it is. I'm trying to set up something for like Cosm downtown. I don't know if I'll be able to work with them or something like that. I'm trying to reach out to somebody, a rep, to see if they can work with the syndicate and a game, an away game, maybe a big away game. We can reserve some space and get down to Cosm. All right. I've been holding that in for a while. I reached out to a rep. So if you see anybody down there, anybody that mentioned this on their YouTube channel, like in the next couple of weeks or period, they probably got it from me. I'm just going to keep it a buck. You got to be careful with the stuff you put out there, because people are trying to swoop right up under you and take it. So can't nobody do it like your boy, man. Come on, dog. But the only thing about my watch parties, man, we lose. We have not won a game at a watch party that I've hosted. So there's that. But let's finish this up.
Back to 2-a-days and 3-hour practices at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Shout out to the super chat. Charles says, just glad you're back with the $2. Glad you're back, days. No fluff with you. Never will be, Charles. Appreciate you.
It's like, dude, you're getting 50 reps in the morning and you're getting 40 in the afternoon. And by the way, you're not warming up or stretching. You better be ready to go. We're not going to waste 10 minutes on stretch for a 3-hour practice. We got too much to do. So I'm not saying we're doing that. You can't do that anymore. But don't forget, man, the body can go. The mind controls the body. You can do more than you think you can do. These guys are in damn good shape, and now we got to get them in football shape, and we'll work them to that.
You made the decision yet about playing the starters in preseason? I know during the last camp you said you was thinking about it more. Have you decided yet that you're going to?
No, not. I mean, look, I would like to, but there again, this thing moves as we get through these practices. What do we look like? Who needs work? Then do they need to play together? Are there players that aren't getting enough intensity in practice, and the only way to get them there is they have to play preseason games, or we got to go live, or, so we'll work around that stuff. Right now I would like to, but we'll see how it goes.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. That's big. That's big, bro. Lions may play some preseason stuff. That is big. Shout out to my guy Spence in the building. Says I want to see the Buffalo game at Cosm. So here's the deal. I was trying to, they should be open in the next month. It might be impossible to get in there for that game. But that was my initial thought. But I'm like, Derek, I'm going to try my absolute best to go to that game. Here's why. I suspect Buffalo. First of all, I've never been. And I suspect Buffalo will be the equivalent, if not better than Kansas City. And Kansas City is a place I always want to go to, except the winter. Like, I ain't going nowhere in December. Like, nowhere outside in January. But I want to go to that game for a lot of reasons. The new stadium, I want to vlog it so I can bring y'all, be like, bring you that experience. But there is probably another game. I don't know. I have to be away, of course. I don't plan to go to a ton of away games. Right now, it's just the plan is to try to get to Buffalo, try to get to Miami, maybe get to Atlanta because I've never been to that stadium. But outside of that, maybe, you know what we could do? Maybe like the last game of the season is, I can't remember, but maybe it can be like, I know the last 2 games of the season are on the road. Maybe we can set up something for the last game of the season at Cosm, somewhere around there, like depending on, and of course, the playoff games, I'm going to try and get to all of them. See Pool with the super chat. What's up, big dog? Says, did Dan just say stretching is a waste of time? I don't think that's what he said. He was maybe. I don't know. All right. So we got through that, and shout out to Dan Campbell. Looks good. Sounds good. Sounds like he is excited to get this thing rolling. But let's get into the next order of business, which is the Jahmyr Gibbs situation. And we got another update as well. Okay, let me make sure I got the bookmarks pulled up so we can get this, and then we'll get off. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me this morning, afternoon. Spike Kool-Aid is officially back. The goal is 3 days a week. Well, I'm thinking about like non-syndicat days, but it doesn't really matter because the shows don't, they don't kind of overlap or whatever. So we'll see. Yeah, but we'll be on tonight. But let's get into it. Let me take a sip of the Celsius non-sponsor. Now, this is a brand I could get behind, Celsius. I'll let your boy, Celsius. I want a podcast where they sitting like in the back, man. Come on, dog. All right. Let's get into it. Let me bring up this chat real quick so I can have y'all. Where's the chat at? What happened? Pop y'all out. All right. Let's do it. I need starting offensive line to play the preseason. Gibbs wants his money. I really need that offensive line. Yeah, we about to get right into it. Family Wealth Builder says ATL Stadium is amazing. My wife and I went last year. Preseason, you're going to love it. Well, I got to get there first, family. You know what I'm saying? I got to get there first. That's why y'all need to watch the ads. I'm just saying. So what we wind up with? We wind up in a 15-minute video. We wound up with 3 ads, 3 political ads. Yeah, man, it's crazy. And an AI joint, which was crazy. Okay, let's get to it. All right, training camp officially started today. The vets are there. The rookies are there. But you know who wasn't there? Jahmyr Gibbs. That came from Nolan Bianchi. We'll take a look at this real quick. Nolan Bianchi reported that Jahmyr Gibbs was absent for the first day of practice in Allen Park. Gibbs was not included in the list of injured players that Dan Campbell provided updates on this morning. Now, I did see from another Twitter account that the photos of people arriving at camp, Jahmyr was part of those photos. So he's not totally not in the vicinity. He just wasn't spotted, according to Nolan Bianchi, at camp today. But then Nolan's post was then backed up by Adam Schefter. And Adam Schefter, I don't know if he got his information from a separate insider or his own source, but then he tweets out shortly thereafter that Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs and Falcons running back Bijan Robinson are both not practicing today. Both running backs have had conversations during the offseason about a potential long-term contract. That is where we stand with that. Now, I made a video about a week ago about Jahmyr Gibbs and the potential of holding out and how I would support a holdout based on how teams usually treat running backs and how some of you have said in the comment section how you would do Jahmyr Gibbs. You're like, yo, I wouldn't pay him. I would wait to pay him. I would wear him down. You've already picked up his 5th-year option. So now you're going to let him play year 4, let him play year 5, franchise tag him year 6, franchise tag him year 7. Get his best years, most likely, and then after that, see what his value is. And Jahmyr, potentially, we don't know if that's what's actually happening. This was just one day. If tomorrow he's not out there, then we could, probably lean toward like it's a definite thing. If he's not out there by day 3, it's a certified holdout, right? So speaking of holding out, Vita Vea was holding in. He was at Tampa Bay training camp today. No pads, no cleats, no nothing. On the sideline, trying to get his money. How do we feel about this? I'm pro holding out. I think that the holdouts are getting earlier in people's career, but for the running back, I understand. And I applaud this. From Jahmyr Gibbs' standpoint. I agree with it. I can't hate. First of all, I'm going to side with the player, probably 9.9 out of 10 times. And I agree that this is the way it needs to be, even though it's very early. This guy just became extension eligible, and he is asking for an extension. I think it's smart on Jahmyr Gibbs' part. I also think that the Lions are smart to wait as well. I think that like this is a true case of somebody is going to have to budge. So what would you do? Put in the comment section. What would you do? Would you pay Jahmyr Gibbs or would you wait? If Jahmyr, you have the pros and cons. Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson, one of the two, will be the highest paid running backs in the National Football League. Right now, Spotrac has Bijan being the second highest paid at 18.9 per year, with Jahmyr Gibbs being the highest paid running back at over 20 million, 3 years, 20 million, $60 million total. That would not start for 2 seasons. So he's got to get through year 4, year 5. So essentially, we're talking about 26, 27, so 2028. There's a lot of things that could be different in 2028. There could be a new head coach and a new general manager. I know some of y'all don't like that. We could have a new quarterback. We could have a new quarterback in 2028. So a lot of things could be different about this team. I think we started to see the transition. Dan Campbell mentioned transition in his press conference today. The transition has already begun. And we're going to see this team is going to look a lot different, in my opinion, in 2 years. Will all of those guys still be here? We'll see. We'll see. But they'll have a potential out from Jared Goff, and Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes will have to have been renewed a second time to be here in 2028. That is a fact. So would you pay Jahmyr Gibbs? Would you pay him what he's asking? Well, we don't know what he's asking. Would you pay him what Spotrac has as his market value? Would you make him the highest paid running back in the National Football League? Do you think he's earned that? Do you think he is worthy of that? Well, somebody believes that he could be. Shout out to the Detroit Times and their Twitter account. Be staying on all things Detroit. This is coming from David Montgomery's, their Twitter account via David Montgomery's Instagram. Give my baby anything he wants. He earned that stuff. Oh, mamas. I don't know about the whole my baby part. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, but this is what I love. Y'all telling me that this man didn't want to be here? Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap. I don't buy the David Montgomery slander, man. I just don't. You don't go from the best teammate you can possibly have to this just uncontrollable, unhappy diva, and then still support your brother light years away. You hundreds of thousands of miles away, bro, and you support your boy. I'm not buying it. So, what do y'all think? Do you give Jahmyr Gibbs the contract that he's projected to have? Braylon says, pay him now. You wait, he balls out, it's going to get more expensive. Okay, Braylon, that's a great point. Let's talk about that for a minute. Jahmyr Gibbs, I don't know what the highest, does anybody know what the highest paid contract ever for a running back is terms of years, annual years? If you know it, put it in the comment section below. While we wait on that, what do you think? Do you think that Jahmyr, his value can increase more than $20 million, which would already make him the highest paid running back in the National Football League? And then you have to think about this. Who could threaten that status? Is it Gentry? Who could legit threaten the status? Because let's be real. Who's coming close to McCaffrey? When McCaffrey was at his prime and he signed with the Niners, right? Who came close to him? So if you're, according to, if we talk about more expensive like B, how much more expensive could Jahmyr Gibbs possibly get? What do y'all think in the comments below? Fave says Brad's fault. Monty still wanted to be here. I believe that. Saquon. Okay, Braylon says Saquon. Okay, so Saquon could potentially. All right, so Will.i.am says pay Gibbs a 4-year contract. That's tough, bro. I mean, that could be. Okay, would you pay him the same? Would you pay him $20 million with 4 years? Would you pay him more with 4 years? Would you pay him less with 4 years? I think 3 years is a safe place, because think about this. If they extend Jahmyr Gibbs for 3 years, he will be here for 8 years. And after that 8 years is over, there is a strong possibility that he is no longer on the team. Think about it. Jahmyr Gibbs will be the same age as David Montgomery at that point, right? Jahmyr Gibbs is a young dude. What is he, 24? He's about to just turn, whatever. So if they were to sign him 3 more seasons, he would be where David Montgomery is at right now. And at that, y'all see how y'all treated David. Soon as he washed, all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. So then we bring in the next Jahmyr Gibbs, so to speak. So if you don't pay him now, I mean, it's only Bijan. Bijan's I wonder if that, you know what? I wonder if they're waiting on the other. I wonder if that might be a thing. Maybe, yo, how crazy is this? What, you know what's kind of crazy? I'm about to kind of go a little bit off the rails here, so just stay with me. This was the pick that created the villain that we now know as Brad Holmes. This pick, Jahmyr Gibbs, who was picked 4 spots ahead of him, was the guy who's also holding out, the guy who also will be paid, the guy who may be the highest paid. But either way it goes, these 2 guys will be number 1 and number 2 in no particular order. It's going to happen, right? This pick is kind of like, it's not a bad pick. Don't get it twisted. It's not one you regret, but this pick got a lot of weight on it. Like the Jahmyr Gibbs pick came with some baggage. It really did, bro, because you had the positional value villain. You had all the criticism from the media. You had the stellar rookie season that he had. You had the how he grew on everybody's top list, right? And now year 3 or year 4, his first year that he can get an extension, he's potentially maybe holding out. And then it ain't like the guy that was picked before him fell off. They're like neck and neck in terms of value. And one of these guys is so could Jahmyr or Bijan be waiting on the other person to get their deal so then they can get their deal? And if Jahmyr is making 20.2, Bijan wants 20.21 or 20.25 or 20.3, right? Just something I thought about right now. Like, wow, look at the weight that this Jahmyr Gibbs, not only did it kind of alter to me the way that Brad Holmes began to approach the draft, like a little more swag, you know what I'm saying? Because he had a disastrous 2024 draft. Absolute disaster. 100% disaster. All coming from the 2023 draft that he had, which only amounts to 4 picks. So the good news is that after Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, and or Sam Laporta, there's nobody else. It's going to be a solid what? I mean, nobody from 2024. 2025 is too early. 2026 hasn't taken the field, right? They're not even going to be extension eligible until 2029. And we could possibly have a new regime. I know y'all hate it, but it's just the reality. That's all I do, bro. I just speak reality. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Jahmyr is holding out? Do you agree if he is? And do you think that him and Bijan are trying to wait on the other before they take their deal? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I just thought about that. David is an elite or has potential of Gibbs. Why not 2 years, $40 million, mostly guaranteed? Matthew, that I think that if you're a player, especially a running back, think about this. And here's why I would say no. I would decline. I think Gibbs would decline that. Think about this. Gibbs is a running back. He is probably, think about this. It's quarterbacks, defensive ends, cornerbacks make more, offensive linemen they make more, centers make more, right? The running back is probably the most disposable as far as we're going to drain you of everything you have and then discard you, right? So for me, if I'm Gibbs, I'm trying to lock up as much as possible because I'm only in year 4, right? Look at what happened. And I'm going to tell you, and I wish I would have thought about this during the segment. Think about the money. Oh, snap. I just thought about this. And I would use the word snap as a wow. Okay. Think about this. Aiden Hutchinson got injured year 3, right? Lost millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And he's an edge rusher, the second most valuable position in football as far as pay. Jahmyr Gibbs, like, hold on now. Dog, I got a year 3. I got out of year 3. They about to use me as a bell cow, which they haven't had to do yet. I want my money. I want to be safe. Because what happens if Jahmyr Gibbs has an Aiden Hutchinson? What happens if Jahmyr Gibbs has an Aiden Hutchinson? Of course, I don't believe in jinxes and all that stuff, but I'm just saying, if you look at it from a Jahmyr Gibbs standpoint, what happens? Right? Is he kicking himself? So I think that this is smart of Jahmyr. Will says, I do $20 million a year with the new money starting at the beginning of the 2027 season. This is how you pay someone without touching cap space for this year. What up? E says, yeah, I don't think a cornerback should make more than an RB. I've always felt they should be paid the same as a wide receiver. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. It's funny because I'll be when I tell you I was checked out, like I was checked out, that there's a lot of stuff like now all of a sudden I want to bring this stuff but it was something that I started integrating last year. So there is a Google Voice number that I have. I would like to start bringing you guys' voicemails into the chat, okay? Into a segment, into a video, and we can try to do it every time we get on, all right? So let me find this number. And you can leave a voicemail up to, come on, dog. Okay, maybe later. There we go. You can leave a voicemail up to, bro, they want you to upgrade everything, bruh. All right. You can leave a voicemail up to 3 minutes long, okay? You can also text in your response. But I want to start, and maybe I'll put a graphic on the screen and stuff like that, and we'll have a legit segment, and we'll do that every time we get on. But it's beginning now. So if you want to call this number now, the number is 31, not now at this moment, but if you want to call now at this moment, you can. But if you want to call this, and I'll pick one that's good. It can be about a topic, or maybe we'll set the topic and I'll pick out the best voicemail from that. The number is 313-536-0544. What we might do is during the season, we might go back to what we were using before. We were taking phone calls. Like, I want to bring that stuff back. We probably won't use this number because this number was giving me a lot of trouble, but it's great for voicemails and texts. So if you want to call that number, leave a voicemail up to 3 minutes, and maybe we'll bring you on a show. It'll be featured in a segment. So just know if you do record a voice message and I pick you, it will be on YouTube. So maybe you can do it a couple times, or don't be nervous. I mean, nobody knows what you look like, you know what I'm saying? But y'all be like, you know what I'm saying? But I understand that everybody they can't, they get shy. I've had some training in public speaking, so that's it. So if you want, Josh, what up, though, man? Way to come in at the end of the show. I appreciate that. No, I'm just messing with you. You let Montgomery walk, put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, Charles, we can do that too. So that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Spike Kool-Aid is back. I'm excited about this season. I will be at training camp I'm going to try to get there Sunday. Right now, I don't have a ticket. Hold on. Right now, I don't have a ticket to training camp Sunday. Aww. But you can change that. If you have a ticket to training camp, holla at your boy, and I will get there. Unfortunately, you can't send it to me. I have to meet you there. We'll see if that works out. I will also be there on the 4th. Somebody sent me a ticket, said only you can go, so you got to go. So I'm like, dang. Okay, so I'll be going the 4th as well. So if I don't make it the 2nd, I will be there the 4th. I will also be there the 17th of August, and then the 19th of August is a Lions kind of loyalty thing that is at Ford Field that I don't know. Hutch, if you're still here, bro, or if you come back and watch this, can I'll have a +1? Can I +1 somebody? Because I have 2 tickets. I think you can, right? I think you can +1. But if anybody else knows, let me know. And make sure y'all tune in to the show tonight. Syndicats will be on 365. Myself, Motor City Don P, Lions Live 365. And we got a special guest, another up-and-coming creator in this space, another brother as well. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it feels good to see other brothers trying to come up. You know what I mean? I'd be like, where the brothers at? No offense to anybody else, but I'm like, where the brothers at? We got brothers leaving the space. I need brothers to come into the space. All right? With that being the case, man, appreciate y'all. Let me cue up the sound. Y'all haven't heard this in a minute, and I will see you tonight on Syndicats 365. Syndicats Live, the Syndicats 365 podcast, episode 24, Training Camp. All right, I got to get to work. I'm sure some news will come out already.
Hello, hello, good morning. Horns is blowing, and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.
Let me fade the music a little early. Josh, let me get back on screen, bro. Okay, so training camp, if you're referring to training camp tickets, they became public like the 21st. So that was 2 Mondays ago, right? No, 2 Tuesdays ago. So it was not yesterday, but the week before that. So they're all gone. It was a disaster trying to get them. So unfortunately, they are gone. They are free, bro. There's no charge. But they are gone. So best case scenario would be if you were to find somebody with tickets, the problem would be I don't know how many kids you want to take, but that would be the problem. So turns out, if I'm not mistaken, if I read the email right, for season ticket holders to season ticket holder events, for specifically this one, I don't know if it's like this all the time because this is my first year, but I can't transfer I have 4 for the 17th. I can't transfer those. So I have to, the people have to show up. And if somebody invites me to the second, I got a guy looking out for me for the second. I have to meet him at Allen Park, and then he has to let me in. So I have 4, but they might be gone already, but I'll keep you guys posted. But the tickets are gone, bro. So you gotta tap back in, brother. You gotta tap back in, man. So yeah, sorry about that, man.